take a breath.
Hey, oh, I got a three-piece. I like it.
It's not messing around.
Yeah, very sharp. You got purple on. What do they call that? Coat? Pocket square. All right, very nice. So you've got a kitchen restroom.
Yep.
Great. And you have you've got water.
I got backup water. You can refill it. If it gets empty, just bring it on over. Refill it.
All right, you got your purple binder.
They are. Yeah. Okay.
So again, you're comfortable with the tally dressing on the? Okay, great. Well, you're going to sort of be standing here. Your parents are, so I think you could do it. I think you could just, read it off the collar here. You don't have to necessarily look at them for that. Yeah, but more to the speech. All right.
You can put his
Should I be wearing my I can adjust it. Come on.
Definitely.
Give me one second.
So let's set us to see. Does it feel? It feels good to me. It feels comfortable. Does it feel comfortable in the room?
Yeah. It was very hot. You got it.
Oh, it's hot before. How's it feel now? Okay.
He's actually.
All right. Thanks.
Where do you want it? You want it a little further back?
And
Yeah, I got this when I was bar mitzvah.
That's a very fancy towel.
I remember picking it out. Very much like the gold at the time. And it's special, it's different. That's why I like it. It's all different. Yeah. Just love it if it was orange. Now orange. But all
You get a orange one. You can switch it. Yeah.
Oh yeah? You can get some orange frame. Might have to pick it up
That's an idea. Maybe modify it a little bit. I like that idea. One should not be sort of locked into the technique that they receive.
There you go. I mean, a real thing, and I'm not complaining. So this is my bar mitzvah.
the only difference is I changed.
When I
That's a good one. We just changed the fabric after a zillion years.
Okay.
We had mine because my mom-in-law was super snazzy. My favorite color. Oh yeah, what's this? I said I didn't wear blue.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're saying a little bit nervous. That's natural. We'd be surprised if you wasn't a bit nervous.
Yes, that would be strange.
If you were not nervous.
Yeah.
No, nervous is. I think nervous is good a little bit. You know, sometimes a little energy.
Right. The flip side of nervous is just exciting, actually.
Oh, well, that's
Think about it.
What does they say?
They're two sides of the same coin. Okay, when you're about to get up and do karaoke, are you nervous or are you excited? That's crazy because as a terrible singer, I've also never done karaoke in my life and never will. I would feel nervous, but lots of people like karaoke. They would feel excited.
I guess.
It's a similar energy.
Yeah,
But yeah.
right. Well, it's about the breath. So they say nervousness is excitement.
That's a beautiful, like without breathing, like when you're just holding on. That's, yes, that's
Jonas,
1,000%.
is your peanut gallery here?
They are. They're the troublemakers back there. And there's more.
The peanut gallery has grown. Oh, I see.
And your regular entourage. This is the entourage.
Yes.
The entourage.
Yes.
But they, you know what? They were absolutely well behaved, like to the point that at work, and I didn't know they were here. That they were in the back, but I had no idea they were at the time, peaceful and respectful.
Good friends. And noticing your purple shoelaces. That's
That's better. I didn't get to the shoelaces. Oh, really? In line?
You can unbutton your coat.
How did you? That just came that way?
It's like
Go on Etsy.
it's like a custom thing. I made the mistake of mentioning this as an option,
To get a customer.
which is why I don't have the funds at the moment to get my own order. We've spent those funds. Fun funds?
Fun funds?
Yeah.
Fun funds.
That went to the beer Uncle Scott got. So it's still good. We're done.
Oh, that was a year fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be lovely.
Melissa, feel free. It's up to you. We reserve usually the board's seat is right there, but it's up to you. You're welcome to sit wherever you like.
A little more out of the way.
Break a mill.
And actually, one over would be great. Yeah.
Get those dudes off and everything.
Last out.
Hi, Reese. I like your hair.
I can go get it.
Yes. Yeah, your mom did it? Oh, wonderful.
Do you need a book?
Oh, but so I'm sorry, I realize. So this is Alex's dad. Wondering what they.
Yeah.
Your dad's parents. Would you just be?
I mean, he had said that he was just okay with just his. Yeah. Is that okay? Can we roll with that?
That's we can definitely roll with that.
Sefia. Yeah. Sefia. Yes. You're doing really good though. Sefia. Just wondering. You're doing fine.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. You got a few really good. No, we are the arc opener. Where these guys.
I'm sorry, is there a switch? Yes. Okay, that's where my sticky. So
Yeah. So the arc openers we're switching. The ones with the little kid are coming up sooner in case she has a meltdown and
sounds like
needs
a
to go
good
to sleep.
idea.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
sounds like a good
once
idea.
it's settled, I'm like, yeah, I should have thought of that.
So let's see. So arc openers are. Okay, so we're switching Lisa's parents to
Lisa's brother and sister-in-law and their daughter. So Stephen and Liz and Nora.
okay.
Comes first.
Okay.
This is a well-annotated book, sir. And I
Live
like
by
it.
my stickies.
I would like it.
So let's see. So this was.
So who will become the first? Stephen and Elizabeth. It might have been Liz.
Okay. So what does she go by?
Both.
Okay.
Let's go with the. Let's go with
I have more though.
executive decision.
Stephen, Elizabeth, and Nora.
Correct.
He's calling Jonas's uncle, aunt, and cousin. Okay, great. And then, give me this.
That's okay. You can cross them out. I feel that way sometimes.
Oh.
No, great. But they're also very amenable, flexible.
Okay, great. Trisha,
Simon and Garfunkel. Before to graduate.
Good.
Love it. Music makes the world go round. He doesn't want the step right. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I'll be okay.
This is. I'm going to take this. I guess we're starting.
Let's give it 1 second because I've got to
Start. Okay.
We love when it gets nice and quiet. That means we're getting close. We are getting close. Hopefully everybody has a prayer book. And just making one change. There we go. Okay, we'll go first. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Temple Sinai of Glendale. I'm Rabbi Rick Schechter. That's Cantor Allison Weiss. It's so wonderful for all of us to be together tonight. As the psalmist wrote and as Cantor Allison sang, how good, how pleasant it is for us to be together in unity. So great to be together as family, to be together as friends, to be together as a community, to celebrate Shabbat, the Jewish day of rest and renewal, a day when we can slow down to thank God for all the goodness, for all the blessings in our lives. This Shabbat is so very special, as you all know. It is so very special because on this Shabbat, we celebrate Jonas Guthman becoming a bar mitzvah. Jonas is a bar mitzvah, literally a son of the commandments. Today, Jonas is recognized in our eyes. He's recognized in the eyes of the entire Jewish world as having come of age in the Jewish tradition, and he is ready, he is willing, he is able to keep the teachings and the practices of Judaism. So tonight, Jonas demonstrates his new status as a bar mitzvah, a son of the commandment, by leading us in prayer and worship, and we invite you to join in If you know Hebrew, please join in the Hebrew. Please join in the songs. Even if you don't know the songs, feel free to hum along or to clap along, and we're all going to celebrate together. Jonas demonstrates his status as a bar mitzvah, a son of the commandment, by chanting from the Torah, from the 5 books of Moses, by chanting his Haftarah portion from the prophetical books of the Jewish Bible. And Jonas will share very thoughtful, very wise teachings of his based upon this week's Torah portion. So we want to wish a heartfelt mazel tov to Jonas and to Alex and to Lisa and to Reese and to the entire family. Mazel tov to you all. My goodness, we have family and friends from all over with us tonight. We've got family and friends from throughout the Los Angeles area and from San Diego. Where's San Diego? There's San Diego. Welcome. From Everett, Washington. Where's Everett? Oh, they're sick. Oh, okay. Well, thinking of Everett. They're watching on Zoom. Welcome. Feel better, folks in Everett. How about from Roseville, Minnesota? There's Roseville. All right. How about Little Falls, Minnesota? Yay, Little Falls, Minnesota. Welcome. From Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. All right, Palm Beach. Welcome, Palm Beach Gardens. From Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. Is that you? Sick as well. Okay, Washington. We're thinking of you. Feel better. How about Wynwood, Pennsylvania? Oh, there's Wynwood. Welcome, welcome. Briarcliff Manor, New York. Briarcliff. I love these names. These sound like picturesque, beautiful places. From Deerfield, Massachusetts. There's Deerfield. Welcome. And with us on live stream tonight, we also have folks in Bryan, Texas, and in Glen Allen, Virginia. We have family and friends with us tonight, even as far as La Crescenta, California. La Crescenta? All right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Hopefully, everybody does have a copy of the prayer book that we're using tonight. This is a Hebrew opening book, so it reads from right to left instead of left to right. And at this time, we'd like to invite everyone to please silence your cell phones. If you'll please silence your cell phones. No texting during the service. Jonas, you're doing great. We have another way to show our love and appreciation to Jonas throughout the service. It's a modified form of applause. So instead of going like this, which we'll do for singing, we go like this to show our love and appreciation to Jonas. There you go. We like to call this Sacred Pac-Man. So we'll have plenty of opportunities to do that throughout the service. Just a reminder, there's no photography during the service. We've got a wonderful photographer right there in the back that will be taking pictures for us. So let us begin. Let us begin. At this time, we are so very honored to call upon Jonas's parents, Lisa Avery, Alex Guthman, to present Jonas with his talit, his Jewish prayer shawl.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatef batzitzit. Amen.
Good. That was perfect. Just keep doing it like that. You're nice. You've got this whole thing. Nice. Yeah. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Lisa. We're now honored to call upon the Avery Guthman family, Lisa, Alex, Jonas, and Reese, to please. They're going to bring in the light and bring in the warmth and bring in the joy of Shabbat with Sabbath candle lighting. We're on pages 120 and 121 in our prayer book, everybody. Pages 120 and 121.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lechadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Well, with our Sabbath candles lit, we have a tradition here at Temple Sinai that many synagogues and homes do throughout the world. We ask God's blessings upon our families near and far, blessings for peace, well-being, goodness for all, goodness for the entire world. You can find the Sabbath family blessing on the laminated sheet before you in the front row. Hopefully it's halfway, it's right under your seats. If not, we invite you to look on with the families behind you, and we do this standing together as family and as friends. And what may be neat for tonight, such loving families here tonight, such beautiful families, how about going toward the middle? How about if everybody sort of meets in the middle, if you're comfortable doing that? And then we'll all be one big family. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Please be seated. Make yourselves comfortable. We are now honored to have Jonas Guthman, our bar mitzvah, lead us in prayer.
Please turn to page 124. May the door of the synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of the synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May the synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. We continue with the singing of Shalom Aleichem on page 142.
pause for a key change. How's that? That way everybody can sing along. Let's just start over. Let's pretend like that didn't happen. Okay, let's do it again. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShabbat, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeichen leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei
We continue with Chatzi Kaddish on page 144.
Yitgadal ve'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah Be'alma divrach hirutei Ve'amlich malchutei B'chayechon uvyomechon Uvchayedecho Beit Yisrael Bagala, Bagala Ubizman Kariv Ve'imeru Amen Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach Le'alam Ul'al Me'amaya Yitbarach Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh ve'yithadar ve'yitale ve'yithalal shemede kudesha brichu le'ela min kol birchata ve'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma ve'imeru. Amen.
Please rise to our call to worship on page 146.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Please turn to page 149 for the Ma'ariv Aravim prayer, thanking God for the wonders of creation. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans into infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Arvim. We continue on page 151. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean it struggled for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Please join me in the Shema, beginning on page 152.
Shema
Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Please be seated. Please join me in chanting the Ve'ahavta on page 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lavavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele Asher Anochi Mitzavecha Hayom Alavavecha Vishinatam Levanecha Vibirta Bam Beshivtecha Bevetecha Uvlechtecha Vaderech Uvshuchbecha Uvkumecha Ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'misharecha leman tizkeru ve'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lehiot lachem lelochim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Adonai Elohechem, amen.
We turn to page 157. Standing on the parched shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot. That wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt. that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. We now sing our Song of Freedom, the Mi Chanocha, on page 158.
So I've chosen this particular melody just in this moment because I want to build some ruach, some spirit, some energy to give to Jonas. He's worked very, very hard, and it's a very joyous melody. And if you don't know the Hebrew, it's fine because half of it goes yaba bim bam, and the other part goes ay ay ay, and then there's some Hebrew words in the middle. So let's do this. Let's have some fun with it. Yaba ba bim bim bam, yaba ba ba bim, yaba ba ba bim bim bam, yaba ba ba ay ay ay, ay 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 ay, yaba ba ba bim bam, ay 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 ay, yaba ba ba. Now we put the Hebrew. Ikamocha, ha'eri Madonai, ikamocha, nehedar b'kodesh, Torah tehilot, oseh telech, Torah tehilot, oseh. Yaba bim bam, yaba ba bim bim bam, yaba ba ba bim bam, yaba ba bim bim bam. Ay ay ay, ay 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 ay, yaba ba ba bim bam, ay 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 ay, yaba ba ba bim bam.
A Song for the Sabbath Day, Vishamru, on page 162.
So here's another opportunity, everybody. This is another Ruach building song. I sense a theme here. So everybody we're going to a cappella do this first note real quick. Can everybody just go, everybody together. And then we go into the song. So every time, if you do nothing else, except maybe clap, because that would be great, give me some big vez, okay? Shamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat la'asot et haShabbat ledorotam berit olam. Shamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat la'asot et haShabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam. Everyone, Shamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat la'asot et haShabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz. You know what to do. Shamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat la'asot et haShabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Make it good last time. Shamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat la'asot et haShabbat ledorotam berit olam.
We now come to the heart of Jewish worship, the Amidah, on pages 164 through 170. Please rise. Adonai
Shabbat Tifta Ufi Agi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot, U'mevi Geula Livnei B'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Abraham, Be'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah, Rav Lehoshia, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Berofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atah Lehachayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechaye HaKol. Atah Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh, U'Kadoshim B'chol Yom, Yehallelucha Selah, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Please be seated. I'm honored to now call upon my family friends, Val and Kenzie Brown-Smith and Scott Sodi. To lead us in prayer in 173.
Come on up, yeah. Page 173, everybody. So let's see, where are they going? They're going first.
All right. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth.
May all who struggle find rest on this day.
May all who suffer find solace.
May all who hurt find healing on this day.
May all who despair find purpose.
May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day.
And may this day fulfill its
promise.
Thank you.
So we're doing this together?
I think I have to. Baruch atah Adonai Mikadesh HaShabbat. Then you do that.
Disturb us, Adonai. Ruffle us from our complacency. Make us dissatisfied.
dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from a shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness, and the poverty, physical and spiritual, of humans. Shock us, Adonai. Deny to us the false Shabbat, which gives us the delusions of satisfaction amid a world of war and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweat and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubric prayers of yesteryears. Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of living, and the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurned to action.
We now take a moment for personal and silent prayer.
We now come to Seder Kriyat HaTorah L'Shabbat, the prayers and the blessings for the Torah service. You can find these prayers and blessings on page 362. Page 362.
Ein k'mocha barachamim Adonai, ve'ein k'maasecha, malchutecha malchut kol olamim, u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'ador. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch, le'olam va'ed. Adonai oz le'amo yitein, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Av harachamim heitiva b'rtzonecha et Zion. Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim. Ki vecha levad batachnu, melech el ram venisa, Adon olamim.
To now open the Aron HaKodesh, the Holy Ark, we are delighted to call upon Stephen, Elizabeth, and Nora Avery, Jonas's uncle, aunt, and cousin, to pass the Torah through the generations. We are so honored to call upon David and Karen Guthman, Jonas's grandparents, Alex Guthman and Lisa Avery, Jonas's parents, and of course Jonas Guthman, our bar mitzvah. After our processional with the Torah, we are honored to help us undress the Torah scroll Reese Guthman, Jonas's sister, and Rose Brzozowski, Jonas's cousin. We now invite the entire congregation to please rise before the open ark.
Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, udevar Adonai mi Yerushalayim.
Oh, Jonas, you are leading us so wonderfully in prayer and worship this evening. You know, some of the prayers you've been leading are thousands of years old. You're getting ready to do something now that Jewish people have also been doing for millennia, for thousands of years. Reading, chanting from the Torah, the 5 books of Moses, the books of Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. We're not going to ask you to read all those books tonight. As you know, you've got a great section from the book of Exodus, which we're all going to hear about in just a moment. Jonas, the Torah is the embodiment of Jewish wisdom, Jewish teaching, Jewish value, Jewish history, tradition. And in becoming a bar mitzvah, son of the commandment, you now take your place among the Jewish people as part of what we call the Shashelet HaKabbalah, the chain of Jewish tradition. This loving chain of tradition extends thousands of years into the past. It will extend thousands of years into the future, thanks to you as the newest and the strongest link in this loving chain of Jewish tradition. And this Torah comes to you, Lador Vador, from generation to generation with the love and the support of your family. Jonas, this Torah comes to you with the love and support of your grandfather, the love and the guidance of your grandmother, the love and support of your mom, and the love and guidance of your dad. Now finally rest in your arms.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'hatiperet v'hanetzach v'hachod ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz lecha Adonai hamamlacha Ve'amid na'aseh lechol erosh. Boy, let's try that again. Everybody can sing shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. It is a tree of life. It is a tree of life. To them that hold fast to Him, and all of His supporters are happy. It is a tree of life. To them that hold fast to Him, and all of His supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Eitz chaim hi lamachazikim babetomcha me'ushar. Eitz chaim hi lamachazikim babetomcha me'ushar. Let's hear your voices. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Ha'olam, ha'olam, omen. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Ha'olam, ha'olam, omen. Al ha'torah. Al ha'torah. Ve'al ha'avodah. Ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al ha'torah, ve'al ha'avodah, ve'al gemilut chasadim.
And please be seated, everybody. Cantor. So, right, that's where Jonah starts there, right? That's you. Yeah, that's it. Okay, left and right. Okay, great. Let's put this in. You can slide your binder. Remember how we did it, where you can sort of find the page and then we'll slide it underneath. Jonah's.
This week's Torah portion comes from the book of Exodus. In it, we are reminded not to oppress the stranger, for we were once strangers in the land of Egypt. We also learn of the sabbatical year, a year to let our fields rest and lie fallow, while allowing those who are needy to come and harvest what they need to eat. You can find the Torah portion in the blue Torah commentary on page 520, and in the green Woman's Torah commentary on page 434, beginning at verse 5.
Thank you, Jonas. So that's in the blue Torah commentary on page 520, the big blue book in front of you. For those of you in the front row, it's just right underneath your seat, about halfway down there. Page 520 in the blue, and 434, as Jonas said, in the green Women's Torah commentary. 434 in green, 520 blue, beginning at verse 5. As you're finding your place, we should mention that it is an honor to be called to the Torah, to chant, as Jonas is about to do. It's also an honor to be called to the Torah to say blessings before and after each chanting, blessings that thank God for the gift, the wisdom of Torah. That honor is called an aliyah. Aliyah literally means going up. We have 3 aliyot this evening. For our first aliyah, we are so honored to call upon Josh Guthman and Ann Bruder and Emily Guthman and Craig Berzovsky, Jonas's aunts and uncles.
Ya'ama Yehoshua Acharon ben David Betsevia Yael Leah bat John and Mimi Chaya Sarah bat David Betsevia Chaim Zelig ben Rachmiel Berivka Laliyah Rishon.
Do we start? Ready? Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. Amen.
Amen. Ki tir'eh chamor sona'acha rovetz tachat masa'o v'hadalta me'azov lo azov ta'azov imo lo tateh mishpat evyoncha berivo midvar sheker tirchak v'naki v'tzadik al taharog ki lo atzdik rasha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Right, for our second aliyah this evening, we are so very honored to call upon Karen and David Guthman, Jonas's grandparents.
Ya'amad Sevya bat Rivka V'Menachim and David Hillel La'aliyah Sheni. How good the memory is. We'll try.
Post-its. You ready?
Yes.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaBaruch.
Baruch Adonai HaBaruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaBaruch Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. V'shochad lo tikach ki hashochad ye'aver pikchim v'salef divrei tzadikim v'ger lo tilchatz v'atem hold on v'atem yudat sorry, lost my place. Let me find it. Let's see. Here.
I can't see from here. Can I get in here a second? Just can't see.
V'ger lo tilchatz v'atem yiratem et nefesh hager ki gerim heitem be'eretz Mitzrayim v'shesh shanim tizra et artzecha v'asafta et tevuata.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
Thank you.
Would you like to stay up for the final year, or would you please come on over? For our third and final Aliyah this evening, we are so very honored to officially call as Bar Mitzvah Jonas Guthman.
Ya'amod Yona Mechaim ben Eli Noach ve Elisheva Habar Mitzvah. Heivenu Shalom Alechem. Heivenu Shalom Alechem. Heivenu Shalom Alechem. Heivenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Alechem.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamevo. No. Really? Oh, sorry, wrong tune.
It's all good.
Same word.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. V'hashvi'it tishmetena untashta v'achlu evyonei amecha ve'itram tochal chayan hasadeh kein ta'aseh lecharmecha lizetecha sheishet yamim ta'aseh ma'asecha Uvayom hashvi'i tishbot lema'an yanuach shorcha v'chamorecha v'nafesh benamatcha v'hager uvcho asher amarti aleichem tishameru
V'shem Elohim acherim lo tazkiru lo yishama al picha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'dochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. This is definitely one of those moments. Yes. Mazel tov. Well done. This is such an important moment. We call this a Siman Tov and Mazel Tov moment. It is a good sign and good fortune that we are all together celebrating this very joyful occasion. So if you all would like to come on over and join Jonas and the family, we're going to sing Siman Tov and Mazel Tov. Please join us if you know this joyful song.
Sing and clap, and you can dance and all that good stuff. Here we go. Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov. Yehelanu, 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 Ulecho Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulecho Yisrael. Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov. Yehelanu.
Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov. Usher God.
Congratulate your mom.
Well, with the Torah before us, it is a Jewish custom to say special prayers. In this case, prayers of healing for people we know who are sick or injured, people who are in need of a healing of body and spirit. We invite you to please join us in this prayer of healing. If you know it, you can find it in the middle of page 371. The middle of page 371.
Source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen.
At this time, we invite you to offer the names of people you know who are in need of healing. We'll go around the sanctuary. Please just raise your hand and call out their name. Deborah?
Elliot Sykes, Patty Crane, Rebecca Gruber, and Congressman J.D. Massey.
Yes, thank you. Yes, please. Please. Yes. Carolyn.
Katie Daly.
Katie Daly, yes. And I am thinking of my dad, Ted Schechter, and I'm also thinking of Harlan Ribnick, and I'm thinking of all the folks listed on our Misha Bayrock page on the inside of our Shabbat leaflet, which we turn to now. We pray in our hearts for all these temple members who are in need of healing, all of these family members who are in need of healing, to all of these friends and co-workers in need of healing, as we now continue our prayer of healing together. Well, Jonas chanted Torah so splendidly. He's getting ready to chant the Haftarah portion for the Shabbat, a special portion, as we get ready for Purim in the weeks ahead. Before Jonas does so, before he chants the Haftarah, he would like to show everybody something that he created especially for this day. So Jonas, why don't we head on down so everybody can see us. Let's give you this one. Look at this. So what you're looking at, and by the way, it can be an optical illusion. We are very far from those candles, so don't worry, nothing's going to happen to this what is called a wimple. A wimple is a Yiddish word based on the German word for cloth, and this is what we use to bind the Torah scrolls so it doesn't roll to the floor. We ask each and every bar mitzvah student or bat mitzvah student to design their very own wimple. And Dr. Deborah Cohen, sitting here tonight, Jonas's tutor and teacher, is in charge of our fantastic wimple project. It's one of the highlights of the year for our students. And the way that it works is in the middle of each wimple is the Hebrew name, the student's Hebrew name, so we can see Jonas's Hebrew name there. And then we ask each student to surround their Hebrew name, their Jewish name, with images, drawings, illustrations of things from Judaism or from their own lives that are very meaningful to them. So as you can see, Jonas has a very colorful, creative wimple. Jonas, if you could explain to everybody, let's do Hebrew. We'll go from right to left. So we got your Hebrew name there in the middle. What are we looking at to the right of your Hebrew name?
So that is a whale that represents the whale that swallowed Jonah, who is my namesake.
Nice, your namesake. So that is a big, with some sharp teeth. And so there we've got the whale and then look at the beautiful waves underneath. And then you've got your Hebrew name in what color is that again?
Purple.
Purple. All right, near and dear to your heart and near and dear to your clothing, even down to your shoelaces. Very nice. So we've got your Hebrew name there in the middle. Now, what is surrounding your Hebrew name on the top and the bottom there?
So that there in the middle is Mount Olympus that it shows my love of Greek mythology. In fact, I love Greek mythology so much that I started learning Greek, but it's been on pause for a month or so because of this event.
Wow! So you went from Greek to Hebrew, and then you go back to Greek again. That's fantastic. So your love of Greek mythology and Greek culture, and so you've got Mount Olympus on the top, and then is it going down? It's sort of stretching down underneath your name.
Is
that like a cloud?
Yeah, it's still part of the same image there, and then
Yeah, what's to the left
here
of that?
is,
Let's see if everybody can see that.
Yeah.
I'll pull that a little tighter.
that is an acacia tree. It is there because on the day of the week I was born, matches up with the same day that God created plant life, and I find acacia trees quite pretty, so that's the one that I chose.
Beautiful, beautiful. That tells a story. And we're going to save that for a little bit later. Why don't we go underneath your mom's name there, that orange-colored creature. What are we looking at there?
This is a fox. There's no real reason for it to be there. I just really like foxes.
That's reason enough. You like foxes. I do too. Nice. Okay, great. So you got a very colorful orange fox. Isn't that Dad's favorite color too? One of his favorite colors. He's wearing orange shoelaces, by the way. For those of you who are keeping score of the fashion tonight, he's in orange, purple. I don't know what the ladies are in, but for their shoelaces. So we've got the fox represented right there, and then above your mom's Hebrew name, what are we looking at right there?
That is a dove, which is what my Hebrew name means, is dove.
Yeah, Yonah means dove. Beautiful. So you've got your name represented on both sides. Really tells a beautiful story, and one of the most beautiful aspects to this wimple is we also invite the parents to share some blessings that they have for Jonas on this milestone in his life. So Jonas, I'll be honored to read this to you on behalf of your parents, on behalf of Lisa and Alex. They inscribed on the wimple, "May this child grow up to a life of books," which he loves. We're going to hear more about that. "May this child grow up to a life of books, companionship, and good deeds." Good deeds. So it's a beautiful blessing. We are honored to bind our Torah scroll with this very meaningful, colorful, beautiful wimple. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that with us, Jonas. Yeah. Yeah, another one of those moments. Good job. So we are going to bind the Torah right now. Before we do so, it is also a Jewish tradition to raise the Torah high for all to see the words, the Hebrew that Jonah chanted so wonderfully. To lift the Torah, we are honored to call upon Jonas's grandfather, David Guthman. And to dress the Torah, we are honored to call upon Eli Berzovsky and August Bruder, Jonas's cousins. So as they all come up and we get the Torah ready, we invite the congregation to please rise as the Torah is raised.
Vezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe livnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai biyad Moshe.
Please be seated, everybody.
This week's Haftarah portion comes from the book of 2 Kings. In it, we learn of King Jehoash's arrangements to fund repairs to the 140-year-old temple in Jerusalem, and how those donations were managed. You can find the Haftarah portion on page 1452 in your Blue Torah commentary, beginning at verse 14.
All right, 1452, beginning at verse 14, 1452.
Chance to find that. You're still searching. Yeah, let's see. You want to go to your blessing? Yeah, I think it's blessing now. Do you have the blessing before? No, you do it from here. Yeah. Okay. Whenever you're ready. Yeah, so sort of find the melody whenever you're ready. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim veratza v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'Torah uv'Moshe avdo uv'Yisrael amo uv'nvi'ei ha'emet v'tzedek. Ach lo ye'aseh beit Adonai sipot kesef mizamrot mizrakot chatzot rot kol kali zahav uchli chasef min hakesef hamuva veit Adonai ki le'osei hamlacha yitnuhu v'chiziku vo et beit Adonai ve'lo yachashvu et ha'anashim asher yitnu et hakesef al yadam letet le'osei hamlacha ki be'emunah heim osim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzor kol ha'olamim tzadik b'chol hadorot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer ve'oseh hamdaber umkayem shekel devarav emet v'tzedek al ha'torah ve'al ha'anashi ha'avodah ve'al hanvi'im ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limnucha lechavod ultifaret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach umvarchim otach yitbarach shimcha b'fi kol chai tamid le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat.
Another one of those moments. Yes, absolutely. That was wonderful, Jonas. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we are getting ready to return the Torah to the Ark. We turn back to page 374. Or I should say we turn forward to page 374. And we are so very honored to help us return the Torah to the Ark. We are so honored to call upon Patricia and Richard Avery, Jonas's grandparents. And let's all rise together as we return the Torah.
Eitz Chaim hi lemachazikim ba v'tom hecha meushar geracheha darchei noam b'chol netivotecha Shalom, Hashivenu Adonai, Elecha v'nashuva, Chadesh, Chadesh Yameinu, Chadesh Yameinu, Kedem.
And please be seated, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you were lazy? Did you feel guilty about it? If you did, you're probably not alone. In our society, resting and laziness are looked down upon, yet we're commanded to rest by the Torah, and this week's Torah portion takes it one step further. The verses I chanted state, 6 years you shall sow your land and gather its yield, but in the 7th you shall let rest and life fallow. Let the needy among your people eat of it, and what they leave the wild beasts eat. You shall do the same with your vineyards and olive groves. 6 days you shall do your work, but on the 7th you shall cease from labor, in order that your ox and ass may rest, and that your homeborn slave and the stranger may be refreshed. So not only are human beings and animals instructed to rest, even the land needs to rest according to the Torah. In Judaism, every 7th year there is something called the sabbatical year, known in Hebrew as the Shemitah year, meaning year of release, when fields lie fallow for the entire year. During the Shemitah year, fields rest, things grow, things die, the soil rejuvenates its workability. The nitrogen gets repopulated into the soil as things decompose. Nature is allowed to take over during the course of the Shemitah year. Similarly, the people of Israel are supposed to take a break and welcome the weary stranger into their homes on the 7th day of the week. This Sabbath is repeated every week and has been for generations. In fact, it's what we're doing here today. Everyone needs a break. We all need rest to function properly. The Torah commands us to rest because even God needed to rest during the creation of the universe. Would anyone dare accuse God of being lazy? The word lazy comes from the German Leisch, meaning weak or feeble, and the Old Norse lesu, meaning evil or false. As sociologist Dr. Devin Price puts it, the idea that lazy people are evil figures who deserve to suffer has been embedded in the word since the very start. In school, teachers expect assignments to be done and done well. Teachers expect to see their students working and making progress. In class, I've spaced out tons of times. When this happens, some people assume that I've decided to be lazy and not worked. Teachers have come up to me and said, "Come on, Jonas, let's get started." Even though it looked like I was doing nothing, I was actually doing something. My idleness allowed me an opportunity to sit and think. Everyone says that thinking is encouraged in school, but in practice, idleness isn't really an option and is instead looked down upon. In the Jewish tradition, resting and even laziness are required. Last year, in an op-ed for the New York Times, Rabbi Elliot Kukla wrote, "Laziness is more than the absence or avoidance of work. It's also the enjoyment of lazing in the sun or in another's arms." I agree. We need rest so that we can rejuvenate our minds and bodies and reconsider how we spend our time and energy. Resting and laziness allow us to enjoy the company of our families, friends, and even the strangers among us. I know that I need rest from school, studying Torah, socializing, and just today. During that time, I rethink how I approach my assignments or responsibilities. I'm able to reorganize how I complete my tasks and plan ahead. When I rest at the end of the day, I get energy and ideas. I have time to just sit and think or have fun. It's not just me that needs rest. According to the Torah, we are supposed to let the stranger be refreshed and let them into our homes on the Sabbath as part of their quest for rest. The Torah guides us towards empathy. It shows us that we're not the only ones that should rest. We need to let others rest as well. They need as much or even more rest as we do. In fact, the earth itself requires rest from its work of sustaining us all. As children, our parents sustain us and it prepares for independence. And they do so at their own expense of money, time, and energy. We give our parents a rest when they need it, sometimes. But what about the earth that sustains us and many other species as well? When do we give the earth a rest? This is why, in Judaism, we are commanded to give the earth a rest every 7th year during the Shemitah year. This may seem impossible, yet whilst we're in quarantine, the earth was rejuvenated, just like a Shemitah year. For example, people in northern India caught glimpses of the Himalayan mountain range for the first time in their lives due to the lower levels of air pollution. Venetian citizens in Italy noticed that canal water was much clearer during COVID quarantine because of lower levels of tourists who would otherwise fill the boats which stir up sediments on the canal floor. Botanical specialist Trevor Dines noticed that an unintended but understandable consequence of lockdown may be reduced mowing that has the potential to benefit wild plants and the bees, butterflies, birds, bats, and bugs that depend on them for survival. Obviously, we can't rest all of the time. We have to spend some parts of our lives working for rest to have any meaning, but laziness must be a priority. Rabbi Kukla declares, even as we look with hope toward a post-pandemic future, we will still be living on a fragile, warming planet with increasing climate disruptions. It's urgent that we find ways to work less, travel less, and burn less fuel while connecting and caring for one another more. In other words, it's critical that we unshame laziness if we want our species to have a future. The world is on fire. Rest must quench those flames. Rabbi Kukla also claims, for too many, laziness is not an option, but rest should not be a luxury. I rest and take my breaks through reading. I basically live and breathe books. I cannot imagine a life without access to books, but some people live in communities without enough, and some kids come from families without the means to provide them with books full of shelves. Shelves full of books, sorry. I'm not sure how you'd fill a book with shelves. It seems like that'd be difficult. I want to help address this book hunger, so that's why, for my mitzvah project, I'm volunteering at my local bookstore, once upon a time, to help sort out the books that they cannot sell. These books are then donated to Foothill Family Services, an organization that empowers children and families to achieve success in relationships, school, and work through community-based social services. I see this as a way that I can fulfill the Torah's instruction to share our fields during the Shemitah year and share our homes every Sabbath with the weary stranger. All of that is a reminder to be generous and to share what we have with those who may not have as much. I do not have a field of crops, but my favorite bookstore does have a field of books. So I'm doing what I can, as the Torah teaches us, to welcome the stranger by giving them the ability to rest and be refreshed as I am through books. As I wrap up, I'd like to thank a number of people who have helped me reach and celebrate this momentous day. I'd like to thank my religious school teachers, Ma'ayan Lev, who got me started with Hebrew, Dora Fine, who expanded my knowledge of Judaism past its previous limits, and Dr. Deborah Cohn, who helped me study for several months, as well as Rabbi Rick and Cantor Allison, who have also helped me prepare for this day. Thank you to everyone in the congregation here today. I'm glad you could all come. It means a lot to me that you could all be here today. My amazing friends, thank you for distracting me from the stressful task when I needed a break, a chance to rest. To my family, who have been so supportive and helpful during this preparation period for this day, thank you. Reese, thank you for letting me steal so much of Mom and Dad's time and attention these last few months. I can't wait to pester you when it's your time for your bat mitzvah. To Mom and Dad, thank you for putting your time, effort, and money into this event for me. Whether it's mochas from Starbucks, or red licorice from C's Candies, or just your patience and, yes, your nagging, thank you for helping me fuel across the finish line. I'm grateful to you all. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Another one of those moments. Yes. Wow. Wow. Great teachings, Jonas. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I know your parents have so much to share in their heart right now. Lisa, Alex, we'd be honored to have you come on up with Jonas and share a few thoughts.
Jonas, you have been on quite a journey to reach this moment. When you first began your Hebrew school classes, you were dubious. Why did you need to do this? At your core, you are an indoor cat who loves PJ days spent lying around the house reading, truly living the message of your Devar Torah. Yet, you persevered, have become a bar mitzvah, and proved to all of us, and perhaps most of all yourself, that you can do hard things. Of course, you could not reach this day without your teachers. Your first Hebrew teacher, Ma'ayan Lev, your most colorful teacher, Dora Fine, who helped you find a connection to Judaism through nerdery and Miyazaki, and your bar mitzvah tutor and partner in philosophical silliness, Dr. Deborah Cohn. With their guidance, you tackled learning Hebrew and Torah tropes like a champ, inspiring your teachers to shower you with praise. Through this experience, we learned that you are quite interested in and gifted at learning new languages. In fact, after starting to learn Hebrew, you insisted that you also wanted to learn Greek, both ancient and modern, while simultaneously continuing your Hebrew school studies. I have no doubt that this love of language is something that you'll carry with you throughout your life. Jonas, as much as you would prefer a life in which you did not have to give speeches, you are a communicator. Your love of reading and language helps you to speak and write beautifully as you wrestle with the complexity of life. You have your own perspective on the world and enjoy discussing and debating issues from the mundane to the esoteric to the profound with your family, friends, and teachers. No matter the topic, you display a deep sense of empathy and kindness, considering your own needs, but understanding that different people need different things. Being able to balance your needs with that of others is often difficult, but as we've seen, you can do hard things. Perhaps most importantly, you have a strong sense of who you are. Your sense of humor, interests, and priorities all let your personality shine. Through your kindness, loyalty, and ability to plan and communicate, you have created a tribe of good friends who support each other through actions both big, flying alone across the country to be here with you this weekend, and small, giving each other pet rocks. Over time, your tribe will most certainly grow and change, but I have no doubt that throughout your life, you will be surrounded by companions who prioritize empathy and thoughtfulness like you. Jonas. do not forget that you have and can and will do hard things, but you rarely have to do them alone. Looking around the room tonight, I hope you see that you have a loving community of family and friends supporting you, and that we will undoubtedly support you in the future. I have never been so proud of you, and I can't wait to see what you take on next. Love you, buddy.
Let's see if we can make this work. That was lovely. Thank you. All right. One of the worst things a parent can say to a child is, "I'm disappointed." So it's with that in mind that I say today, I am disappointed, but not in you, Jonas, never in you. In fact, as many in your assembled family here today can tell you, I'm near constantly disappointed. It's one of the many causes of my near perpetual grumpiness, my preternatural curmudgeonliness. High hopes lead to disappointment, and for you, poor sir, I have had high hopes for literally every day of your 13 plus years. And I'm sorry to tell you, I'll continue to do so long after today is done, for as Gramps can tell you, there's no heavier burden than a great potential. Even now, as you stand on the precipice of completing today's bar mitzvah activities, you are still so full of potential. A coiled spring, a rocket, fueled and ready for liftoff. Frodo, as he leaves the Shire. A fresh character sheet at the start of a new campaign. Your potential brings me awe and joy and helps me fight against the tide of my own disappointedness. So no, I'm not disappointed in you, Jonas. But yes, I am still disappointed. I'm disappointed that Judaism has not fully embraced you as it should have, that all of your extended family has not fully embraced you as it should have. That is, quite literally, my fault. The family that you know, the family gathered here today, certainly has embraced you with love. All 4 of your grandparents never questioned your place in our family and always yearned to hold you near, not push you away. They are all brave beyond measure. And the family that you have chosen, so many of them gathered here today as well, they clearly embrace you fully. Please know this deep in your soul, for it is all that you need. But from before you were even born, our Jewish community tried to cast you out. Half my family feared your potential, and it broke my family apart. Fear did that. They feared what you could become, and now today, well, just look at what you have become. Coiled springs can shoot your eye out, rockets blow up. Through the course of a D&D campaign, your character may die, sometimes many times over. And Frodo, well, we all know the challenges Frodo faced. So while fear has a place, has a reason for being, can even be rational and keep us safe, never let fear guide you as it did my grandparents and my aunt and uncle and cousins who never met you, yet feared what you may become. For your potential is not something to fear, but it is instead a delight, awesome and powerful and joyous. So I'm disappointed that half my family chose fear instead of love, and they have missed so much, including tonight's festivities and the entirety of your wondrous life, so full of potential. I'm disappointed that a rabbi who watched me grow up and become, as you are now becoming, a bar mitzvah, cast us out. I'm disappointed in them, disappointed for them. But for you, Jonas, for you, I only hold love and pride. So much pride today. Look at what you have accomplished. Let it seep into your bones along with the love of this gathered community, including 2 different contingents from Minnesota and a bevy of East Coast extended family. Let all of their love fill you up and nourish your soul. And let all of this love and light cast out the darkness. And then let's go rock out to Weezer. Sound good? You did good. You did good. Well, thank you, Alex. Thank you, Lisa, so much for such heartfelt and touching and profound words. And please know how much our synagogue community, our Jewish community here in Glendale and in the San Gabriel Valley embraces Jonas, embraces you all. We are honored to have you in our presence. We are nourished by your spirit, your potential, and all that you have to offer us. Well, I just want to spend a moment, Jonas, thanking you. I want to thank you for this wonderful experience tonight. Thank you for creating an inspiring time of prayer and learning and celebration. From beginning to end, Jonas, from beginning to end, you manifested a primary Jewish value which is mentioned over 200 times in the Jewish Bible. This value has multiple layers to it, and you demonstrated each one. I'm talking about the Jewish value of wisdom. Wisdom, called chokhmah in Hebrew. With your love of Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson book series, Jonas, you can think of the Jewish value of wisdom, chokhmah, as similar to Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom and handicraft. As a matter of fact, in the biblical book of Proverbs, wisdom is personified as a female spiritual presence who was with God even before the very creation of the universe. Chokhmah, woman wisdom, says in Proverbs, God created me at the beginning of God's course as the first of God's works of old. She says, I was with God as a confidant, as a skilled artisan. Wisdom says, mine are counsel and resourcefulness. I am understanding. Courage is mine. Very similar qualities to Athena in the Percy Jackson stories. Would you say? So? Percy Jackson knowledge is not as great as yours. Well, let's now talk about how you displayed these qualities of wisdom and then some, Jonas, for your bar mitzvah. Like I said, from start to finish. So you began with the blessing over your talit, your Jewish prayer shawl, that finely crafted, uniquely crafted talit that you and your parents were telling me was handmade, and that we can all see has these vibrant, stylish colors. Look at that. That's showing vibrant, stylish colors, artistic, symbolic patterns to it. It is something special. It is something special. So interestingly enough, Jonas, think of your talit and then think in the Torah, the finely, uniquely crafted portable temple of the ancient Israelites, described in lengthy detail beginning in next week's Torah portion, was the work of people whom God called Chacham Lev, literally wise-hearted, skillful, and artful. So we can all see the creation of this custom talit that you all made, that you made together with the talit designer on Etsy. I Googled Etsy afterwards to see about these talits that's something like this. We can call this a work of Chacham Lev. It's wise-hearted what you did. It's wise-hearted, skillful. It is artful. So from your bar mitzvah talit, Jonas, to the creative, exquisite wimple that you showed us, that you described to us, that you designed and crafted with your parents to bind the Torah scroll tonight. Again, the Torah's words for it are chokhmah, chacham lev, chachamim, skillful, wise-hearted, done by artful, artistic people. I think we would all agree that is the case. So incidentally, Jonas, your favorite color, purple, is featured prominently in the ancient portable sanctuary of the Jewish people. The Hebrew word for purple is argaman. It occurs dozens of times. I looked it up. It occurs dozens of times throughout the book of Exodus, beginning just a few short chapters of what you chanted for us tonight. So something to look forward to in next week's Torah portion after that. So speaking of chanting, your chanting of Torah, your chanting of Haftarah tonight, I think we would all agree, was infused, it was suffused with chokhmah. You chanted so skillfully, with exceptional precision of the musical tropes. That is not easy to do. So that is all the first, the very important layer of wisdom that you brought to your bar mitzvah ceremony, Jonas. The deeper layer of chokhmah and wisdom you shared with us tonight, you expressed it in your teaching, your profound teaching. Oh, was it expressed in your wonderful and wise teachings about the importance of resting and renewing ourselves on a consistent basis. The significance of rest, not talking about sleep, but wakeful rest. The importance of it, the need for it. You asserted so eloquently, Jonas, that I want to quote you. I want to quote you so that all of us can receive it once more. You said we need rest so that we can rejuvenate our minds and our bodies and reconsider how we spend our time, how we spend our energy. How true that is. Based on your own experience of regular periods of rest, again, not sleep, but wakeful rest, at the end of each day, you discovered that you get energy, you get ideas, you have time to just sit there and think, perhaps cultivating your creativity, your imagination, your ability to ponder and reflect upon things in a deeper way, or as you said, simply to have fun. These are important insights for us to consider as well when we feel compelled to stay constantly busy and be in perpetual motion. Rest also affords us the time you reminded us to enjoy the company of our families, of our friends, and even the stranger. Even the stranger, you said. All this that you taught us, it is chokhmah, it is wisdom. It is a wisdom for living that enriches and it deepens our lives. As surely as your generous bar mitzvah project of working at Once Upon a Time and giving books, helping people with books, giving your fields, the fields that you cultivate, the fields that you grow, sharing that with others to enrich and deepen their lives. Thank you for offering this to us. Thank you for offering this to the community, Jonas. So lastly, I just want to express appreciation for informing us, perhaps for the first time for many of us, that Judaism instructs that non-human living beings, particularly animals, that people and companies put to work, they need to also rest on a regular basis. And so does the very earth itself, as you taught. The soil, the water, the air, the plants, the trees, everything on earth requires rest to function well. It is an exceedingly wise, it's a vital lesson for society today, impacting the health and the very sustainability of our precious planet. Jonas, you shared so much chokhmah, so much wisdom with us today. May we take these powerful insights and wondrous experiences into our hearts and into our minds and into our lives. Jonas, you are such a profoundly thoughtful and creative and wise and caring and kind and generous and wonderful young man. That is what it means to be a bar mitzvah, a son of the commandments. And that is who you are, Jonas. May you continue to be a great blessing to the world and to all of us. Mazel tov. Mazel tov to you. Thank you, Reese. Mazel tov to you. Mazel tov to your wonderful family. We can't wait to celebrate with you, Reese, in the years ahead. Well, Jonas, at this time, Cantor Allison and I would be honored to share with you the most precious blessing of the Jewish people, God's blessing found in the Torah. We invite you to join us at the Aron HaKodesh, the Holy Ark. We invite everyone to please rise.
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
Jonas, may God bless you. May God protect you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May the light of God's love and God's wisdom shine upon you. Be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom.
Jonas, may God always be with you and with your fabulous family, and give you all the most precious blessing of all, the blessing of shalom, which is peace, and its wholeness, and it is fulfillment in every way. Together, let's all say, Amen. And please be seated, everybody. Well, Jonas, at this time, leaders of our congregation would like to make a special presentation to you. This very special occasion, I am honored to begin by calling upon a dedicated, devoted member of our Temple Board of Directors, Melissa Paulvin.
Hello. Mazel tov to Jonas on this achievement and milestone in your life, and thank you for sharing it with the Temple Sinai community. So we have a few gifts for you here today. The first gift that we have is a certificate commemorating on this day you became a bar mitzvah, leading us in worship and chanting from our sacred texts. So this certificate reflects that. The second one has a monetary value. The second gift is a gift certificate from the National Federation of Temple Youth that can be used toward a trip to Israel in the future. So definitely cash that one in. And the final gift is a gift of knowledge, your very own copy of the Modern Torah Commentary. We hope that as you continue your Jewish learning, the wisdom of the Torah and these teachings will bring you a life filled with purpose and strengthen your bond to the Jewish people. Mazel tov.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you so much. And Jonas, we can set that down. We got some more Jewish swag for you. We are honored to call upon, to represent our sisterhood and our brotherhood here at Temple Sinai, Stephanie and George Lowe.
Jonas, you did a wonderful job today. I thank you. I'm here to represent sisterhood, and I'm here to give to you this mezuzah to put on your bedroom door, and hope that you take it with you when you go off to college or when you move out on your own, so that it will remind you of your journey through Judaism and your home here at Temple Sinai. We love you very much. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jonas. You've made everyone very proud. And I am honored on behalf of Brotherhood to present you with this Kiddush cup. May it always overflow with this sweet grape juice and one day wine. And so whenever you use it, you may remember this day and your family here at Temple Sinai.
Thank you, George. Thank you, Stephanie. And again, thanks to Melissa. Well, Jonas, you've been working hard. We have a few more prayers to do to conclude our service, and then we'll continue the celebration in the social hall. Would you like to have a seat? Make yourself comfortable, and Catherine and I will finish out the service. Yeah, if you like it, we can keep it here. We'll keep it here. That's a lot to hold in your lap. We'd have to build a bookshelf right there near your chair to be able to hang on to all that. So yeah, we'll keep it right here. And let's see, let's turn back in our prayer book to page 586, everybody. We're on page 586. We come to our concluding prayers. This prayer is called Aleinu. It's an adoration prayer. It is said before the open ark. The open ark is a symbol of God's presence in all of our lives. So we invite you to again, please rise before the open ark. We're in the middle of page 586.
Aleinu l'shapeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Please be seated, everybody.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
Well, Jewish worship is never complete until we think of those people in our lives who we've loved, who have passed away, yet they very much remain in our hearts and minds and souls in a love that's stronger than death. We think of them now, we honor them through our memory and our prayer. We think of family members who have died, friends who have passed, members of our community, members of every race and nation who are a blessing to humanity. We think of them now, we honor them through our memory and through our prayer. As I mentioned the name of a loved one, I invite you to please stand, and in just a moment, we'll all stand together in just a moment to recite the Kaddish prayer. This Shabbat, we say Kaddish for the victims of the earthquake in Turkey and Syria. We say Kaddish for Ted Baker, Leonard Weiss. We say Kaddish for Al Rubin, Peter Siragusa, Leonard Sabbath, Eve Francine Marcus, Ilse Jamin, Arlene Hammer, Dorothy Brumer. Say Kaddish for Jack Barkley, Ronald Simon, Chase Joseph Newton, Ronald C. Jack, Beryl Sosnick, and Beverly Sutton. And for those who are observing Yahrzeit, the anniversary of the death of a loved one that is commemorated this week, we remember Barney Crone, Dr. C. Harold Cohn, Seymour H. Weiss. We remember Bob Edelman, Elizabeth Schreiber Hafner, Yaakov Tamim, Belle Kramer, Herbert Altschul, Samuel Burke, Lorraine Lieberman, Alice Levinson, and Michael Aguiar Sr. Is there anybody mourning a loss whose name was not mentioned? And if so, we invite you to please raise your hand and mention their name now. Carolyn? Thank you. Well, for all of them, let's now stand together as a community of family and friends. As we turn to page 598, we thank God that they were with us, that they were on this earth. As we pray. Page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalmad yivarach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chaye echon v'yom echon, v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalav v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalal shmei kudesha berichu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, damidran v'yalma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn. May we be a source of comfort to all who are bereaved. Together we say, Amen. And please be seated, everybody.
Oh, say shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Oh, say shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen.
So to conclude with some announcements, so Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We have many wonderful events coming up at Temple Sinai, which you can read about in the weekly TSG email blast, but are also listed on the back of the handout this evening. We want to be grateful to the folks that were responsible for providing tonight's flowers. Lisa and Alex in honor of Jonas's bar mitzvah, Elaine, Carrie, and Dana Edelman for the yard site of husband and father Bob Edelman. And at the conclusion of the service, everyone is invited to join the Oneg hosted by Karen and David Guthman in honor of their grandson. And Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Partay.
Thank you, Melissa. To make a special presentation right now on behalf of Temple Sinai's religious school, we are honored to call upon Jonas's teacher and tutor, which we heard about earlier, Dr. Deborah Cohn. Yeah, whichever is easiest. Yeah. Look at that, isn't that nice? And then we've got this, and you've got it, and you probably have something on your phone.
Yeah. So Jonas, I was so honored when your dad asked me to do the presentation of the menorah to you, and I thought a lot about the menorah and what it represents. We light it at Hanukkah, the darkest time of the year, and add an additional candle each night to increase the light. And that's exactly how I experience you. You're like a menorah, and studying with you, learning with you, just increased the light in my life and gave me such a feeling of hope for the future, knowing that you would be bringing that light into our future with all of your great ideas and philosophical approach to things and goofiness. So. And Dora wanted very much to be here tonight. Dora is the 7th grade teacher last year. Jonas really started his religious school about a year and a half ago. So everything you saw tonight, he has learned within about something like the last year and a half. So just amazing. So Dora says, I may be a little under the weather tonight, but please know that I'm absolutely over the moon proud of all that you have accomplished thus far in your Jewish education, and know that our community's future is bright with thoughtful, caring, brilliant people like Jonas leading our way. Mazal tov. Did a great job.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you so very much. That was lovely. Well, we're going to do a couple of quick prayers so we can continue to enjoy Oneg and enjoy the celebration. So, yeah, would you like to come on over and Jonas and stand with Cantor? Yeah. And how about if you can hold this while Cantor's got the Kiddush cup.
Fantastic. You can join me for this too. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei peri hagadol
L'chaim.
Do you want it? Do you want it? No, yeah, I could do it. Okay. Fantastic.
All right. It's grape juice, by the way. All right. Why don't we remove that challah cover, Jonas, and we'll thank God for the nourishment that we received by food.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon.
All right. You want to take a piece on behalf of everybody, and we'll keep the challah for folks who want it at the oneg.
We good?
All right. Sounds good. Okay, so for our closing song, and by the way, I believe that the rock band Weezer was mentioned earlier.
Yeah, they were.
Is there a way to weave Weezer into what we're doing tonight?
So I'm going to give you just a quick little background about where this all happened. I like to ask the students and sometimes the families, are there any songs or melodies, music, whatever it is that might speak to you that we'd want to bring to the service? And Jonas and his dad both looked at me and they were like, Weezer? That was kind of how it went. So I have a 17-year-old son, and I said to him, name a Weezer song. And he said, Buddy Holly.
Buddy Holly,
and
sure.
Who's super cool in the first place. So I figured out how to do this. So we are going to conclude the service with Adon Olam to the tune of Buddy Holly. And if you don't know the Hebrew words, it's a great na-na-na song or whatever it might be. And for those of you who do know it, you're welcome to sing whatever words you'd like. So,
and you can find the page 625.
Yes.
It's got the Hebrew. So,
here we go.
Adon Olam, courtesy of Weezer.
This is the debut. You ready? Here we go. Adon Olam asher malach B'terem kol yetzir nivra le'et nasa b'chefso kol azai melech shemo nikra ve'acharei kiflot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu hoveh v'hu yeh b'tifara Adon Olam asher malach B'terem kol yetzir nivra le'et nasa b'chefso kol azai melech shemo nikra Be'ado afkid ruchi be'et ishan be'a'iran ve'im ruchi geviati Adonai li ve'lo ira. One more time. Adon Olam asher malach B'terem kol yetzir nivra le'et nasa b'chefso kol azai melech shemo nikra. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. If you'll please take your prayer books with you, and as you enter the social hall, there's a bookshelf to put your prayer book back on the shelf. Thank you all. We'll see you in the social hall.
Fabric is this is stunning.
I can't remember.
Silk, but
no, it was. They were like, oh my God,
like a
right?
brushed cotton,
There were 3 weights. This is the heaviest weight. They had like a silk, and then there was like a linen, and then there was this.
Okay, so once you guys come down off of all of this, if you think about it, can you send me the Etsy people?
1,000%, because that's how I felt.
It's my favorite color too.
We went through all the Judaica shops, and we're like, no,
they're all cut and paste.
Right, exactly. Right. And then I went to Etsy.
Hence the reason I have like this, yeah.
And then I found this, and it was like
absolutely
amazing.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, you should be very proud. You did a fantastic
great.
job.
Super great.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna clean up. Right. Go party.
Go have fun.
You can leave all this here. Deange will leave this here for you. It'll be here when you come back. Okay. All right. Take your request here. Oh my God. Beautiful. Pleasure. Can't wait to sell the wreaths. Congratulations. Oh yeah. Oh, you got a wonderful band. It's so great. While you're here.
I'm sorry to say. So sorry. Yes, of course. You talked about your tell us. Maddie,
Fun. Go celebrate.